Hey everybody. So, I just had a dream while I was napping. Let's see if we can get the lighting a little better here. There we go. Boy, oh boy. Alright, so I was at a fair, and in my dream dictionary it says to look up carnival, and that can mean showy church, entertaining church, the world, or pleasure. So basically a worldly environment. So I'm at this fair carnival thing, and I'm trying to purchase this little like metal container of like fuel, kind of like akin to like lighter fluid. Yeah. And I pull out my cash to pay this guy. And he starts acting strange. And so I'm like counting out my money, and he goes and he gets like 2 more dudes and brings them back. And they're all like looking at me like suspiciously, like I'm up to something. And me being me, I try to learn this lesson, but it's like, no matter how much I learn this lesson intellectually, I just can't help but be me. And so I'm often forthright and transparent when I guess I shouldn't be, and whatever. And so I'm telling this guy, like, oh yeah, you know, I'm buying this fuel for backup supply for my such and such at home, blah, 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 right? And in my head, like, I know that I'm not doing anything wrong, you know? And so, like, as I'm talking, I don't know how to describe this. Like, as I'm talking, they're all, like, very attentively, like, paying attention to me, you know? And so I kind of pause in the middle of what I'm saying, and one of the guys that the first guy brought over kind of, like, goes like this, like, tells the first guy to, like, he, like, gestures as if to tell the first guy, like, shush, let her finish. Like, as if I was, like, incriminating myself or something, you know? And so now my attention in the dream is drawn to how much I was paying the guy. So I think before he went to go get the other 2 dudes, I had given him, like, $2 cash for some reason. But now, when I was about to, like, finish paying him, I realized it was, like, $225. And I just looked that up. So $225 in Strong's means truth, but not merely truth as spoken. Truth of idea, reality, sincerity, truth in the moral, truth in the moral sphere, divine truth revealed to man, straightforwardness, which is what I was doing. It's just my personality. It's how I am. And then if we scroll down here, universally, what is true in any matter under consideration, according to truth, in fact, what is true pertaining to God and the duties of man, the true nature of God. Anything else? What else we got here? Sincerity of mind and integrity of character, or a mode of life in harmony with divine truth. And I'm not trying to be full of myself, but that is a good description of just me and how I flow and what my personality is. So I find that to be accurate. It also says veracity of God in keeping his promises. Interesting. So yeah, so now so in the dream now, at this point that these 3 dudes are there, I know I have to pay him $225. And so I'm like, you know, I got my wad of cash, I'm paying him in cash, and I'm trying to count out the money. But I'm like, now I'm picking up on, like, okay, why are y'all acting as if you know, I'm doing something wrong here when I'm not, you know. And so I say to them, I said, oh, I get it. You think I'm buying this to, like, build a bomb or something. Like, no thanks. Like, I don't need the drama or whatever. Like, I didn't, like, blah, blah. In the dream, it was as if I knew that they were gonna go, like, report me to the authorities or something and, like, falsely accuse me and try to, like, get me in trouble when I wasn't doing anything wrong. And so I was like, never mind. And so I just walked away. And my ex was there with me in the dream, but the enemy's been really messing with me lately regarding him and other stuff, and so I'm not really going to put too much into him being there in the dream. His name means gift from God, so whatever. So I walk away from this guy and his little, like, table kiosk whatever thing, and I'm like, no thanks, I don't need the BS, you know, like, or the, like, trap, you know. So I walk away, and, there's, like, a dirt road, and on the other side of the dirt road, there's, like, a fenced-off area, but I see these, like, bunch of dogs, and they're running, and they're, like, running around a corner, like, as if they're running or racing in lanes, and I knew in the dream that they were, like, racing, that this is one of the, like, festivities of this fair, was that these dogs were, like, racing. And then I see a horse galloping this way down the dirt road, and I knew in the dream that the horse was supposed to be kind of, like, leading the dogs of what direction to run or whatever. So that horse, like, gallops by, and then another horse comes, and it's just kind of, like, trotting along, and this is the funny part. The Burger King burglar, not the burglar, the Burger King king. Actually, in my dream, it was kind of like a mishmash between the burglar and the king. Antichrist? Right? The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but he's gonna have his heyday here at the end of the age, right? The Antichrist being crowned, corona, blah, blah, blah. That would make sense. So, and that was the end of the dream. Oh, I forgot a detail. I'm sorry. So, before I walk away from this guy and the two other guys, and, you know, of purchasing this fuel, or deciding that I wasn't going to purchase the fuel, at some point in that little, like, Discord and that back and forth interaction, I look at the first guy again, and now I realize, or I see, or he's transformed or whatever, his nose was now looking more like some kind of animal snout. The Mike 444 channel had a video about hybrids a while back, and the, like, thumbnail that he put on it was like this human-esque figure, but yet it was animalistic, and it had this, like, big, you know, black brown kind of snout, and that's what this guy had. And so I don't know, I think this has to do with, like, sheep in wolves' clothing, maybe hybrids, you know, sleeper cells, but it was like I knew in the dream that I was doing nothing wrong, that I had no ill motive, I was doing nothing wrong, but they were trying to trap me. They were trying to entrap me, and I realized it, and that's why I walked away, you know, and I'm not quite sure what to make of the racing dogs and the horses and all of that. So, as usual, I'm open if anybody has interpretations or whatever. But I think it kind of goes right along with what us spiritually awake Christians have been realizing lately, is that, you know, it's like everything is opposite. What's good, the world calls bad. What's bad, the world calls good. What's truth, the world calls lie. What's lie, the world calls truth. You know, and so it's like, there I was innocent, you know, I was being transparent, innocent, forthright, genuine, sincere, and they were suspicious of me, you know. So, and I was trying to procure some kind of resource for myself, you know. So I don't know if this is like a warning dream or a stating the obvious dream or whatever. But it was interesting how the second horse just came kind of like trotting along, la-di-da, and it had like this Burger King guy on it. I don't know. Interesting. Sharing.